that's ahead of me. I work so hard for everything. Don't wanna lose my time or my mind on the grind, but I want a better life for me. I do the things I hate to do, just to try to find my way to you. I see you in my mind all the time, visualize, and I hope that I can make it through. I gotta find my way out. I gotta find my way out. I gotta find my way out of everything that holds me down. I'll scream until my lungs give out. Ain't nobody gonna stop me now. I gotta find my way out of everything that holds me down. Out of everything that holds me down. Out of everything that holds me down. I wanna be a better me. I wrote a song called Destiny. When I'm in pain, don't let them see. Emotion is the enemy. Therapeutic chemistry. I strive to be a part of you. I wanna help the world get through. Sometimes I feel so small against it all. Don't know what to do. I just dream of ones and twos. I gotta find my way out. I gotta find my way out. I gotta find my way out of everything that holds me down. I'll scream until my lungs give out. Ain't nobody gonna stop me now. I gotta find my way out of everything that holds me down. Out of everything that holds me down. Out of everything that holds me down. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see. Whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy
foggy, all this stuff.
It sucks when you finally feel like giving up. Oh God, no luck. Everything feels like you're sticky stuck. I'm lost, handcuffed to the bed where I sleep. Don't give a fuck, can't stop. Unplug, feeling overwhelmed. I think I've had enough. Gotta find a way to get some energy. Gotta find someone who's a good friend of me. I need purpose to make it all worth it. I'm still searching and I'm still learning. I want a life that's filled with memories, not a life with regret and frenemies. I need focus to keep me from hopeless psychosis if I keep moping.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. There's too much that's going on, I don't know what to do. Paralyzed by options in this world, can't pick and choose. Yeah, everybody's life is on display, including you. Yeah, I feel every day is just the same, stuck in a loop. I need some variety, I'm sick of this anxiety. I'm sick of this society, they make us feel a rivalry. Compare ourselves to others, but we all got different mothers. We were raised in different structures, so we're different, it's no wonder, yeah. I just want a great life, something where I feel like I just didn't waste time, something I look back and say that was a great time. Cause man, I just hate when the years pass by the wayside. I'm so lost inside, and I need a little time to Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines.
So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I won't get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear. That my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Hey, how we doing, people? Everything seems to be working for a change, so good evening. Good evening, Julie. Good evening, Dreadeye. Shalini. Who else we got? Andrew. Robin was in early. I don't know what happened to him. He disappeared. Beats and Types. Yo. Yeah, it's good to see you all. Good to see you all. We've got a few lurkers, no doubt. Oh, Vaughn is there too, aren't we? Blessed. Mark Flitton. Welcome, Mark. Emma Watts, hello. Haven't seen you for a couple of shows, I suppose. Right, so obviously this week Ben is off. More holidays. For someone who doesn't have any money, he fairly crams the holidays in, doesn't he? So Ben's away on holiday with his family. Why am I so dark tonight? It's a bit weird. But anyway, let's not get concerned about things like that. So, apart from that, how's everything going for you people? It's good to see you all. We'll get everything underway. I'll be doing the news myself because Chaz doesn't talk much, as you can imagine. Do you, Chaz? No, he doesn't. He doesn't talk much. So it's been quite a busy weekend for news. I think I will do a show on the origins of Halloween, but I think I'll go beyond what you're saying, Shalini. Beyond Sowain, hi. Beyond that. Anyway, so we'll see. Probably do that maybe next Sunday or something. We've got a special Extra Carrots on Thursday. Ed's going to join us, so young Ed will be tagging along. So nothing planned yet, but I'll think of something between now and Thursday, and Ed and I'll have a good chat. And you're more than welcome to join us, should you so wish. I'd like to give Dreadeye and Julie a big shout out because they've helped me out tremendously this week. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. You didn't have to go the extra hog that you have. But thank you. Thank you. You are hell of a nice people. Right. Robin's back. Hi, Robin. Good to see you. Right, let's kick off. So, Mr. Putin has been he's been quite robust over the last couple of weeks, and I think he's doing a good job as what a statesman should look like and sound like in some respects. Now, that doesn't mean I'm a Putin supporter, and it doesn't mean I endorse what he did when it came to his fight in Ukraine, because we really don't want any kind of war ongoing at the moment, do we? Especially with tensions rising in two theatres now. But anyway, he had a really good go at the Speaker of the House when it comes to Canada, because he said, "Are you an idiot?" And he was quite blunt. He said the man's either an idiot for doing what he did, or he's a complete bastard. So he didn't mince his words there. So he sorted that one out. So yeah, and to be fair, he pretty much nailed it. So we can't complain on that. Now he's been telling Mr. Biden that there's a red line in the Gulf, and you best not cross it. So we'll see what happens. We have the Gerald R. Ford in the Med, which is the newest and best and brightest aircraft carrier in America's vast arsenal. I think they have six. And they've got one in development at the moment, so they'll probably retire one when this one's finished. So they've got Gerald R. Ford class is the new class, and they've got another one of them in production. I can't remember what they're calling it. But I think the Dwight D. Eisenhower is going to the Gulf, I think. Initially I thought it was going to the Med, but I think it's going to the Gulf, where there are, and you'll see that the MSN's going on about 6 Chinese warships have been deployed to the Gulf, and yeah, there are Chinese warships in the Gulf, but Russia, China, and I think it's Qatar have been having some kind of joint exercise to just like NATO has joint exercises to improve their communication amongst themselves if they ever have to do anything like, fight a common enemy. So they've been doing that since about March. They've been mucking about. So the Chinese have got some pretty good kit in the Gulf. Some of their new destroyers. Well, I say good kit. None of it's tested, so we don't know. But Chinese have got this fancy missile that they can reprogram while it's in flight, so they can change target. So it's like a low-level cruise missile, which is meant to be really good at evading anti-missile radar on ships and whatever. So I think it's all heating up there. Now the rumor, and I stress this is only a rumor, is that the Gerald R. Ford served steak and lobster on Friday. Now, if you know what that means, you know. But what it does mean is, generally, they serve steak and lobster or surf and turf when they're either about to be told news that would bring down morale, or they're getting ready to do something else. So we can only hope that they're not getting ready to do something else. And I do stress that it is indeed a rumour at this point in time. So the theatre in the east, aid trucks have been entering Gaza, which is good. Hamza Useless has been bleating on TV about the situation there, and he seems to be spending his time seems to be concerned with that rather than what's going on in the country that he's meant to be representing and running. So not too impressed there, because if you are a leader of a country and you choose to do that, I think you've got to put family concerns slightly on the back burner. especially when it's your in-laws, come on. But anyway, yeah, you've really got to put these things on the back burner if you're leading a country. That you just can't do that. So he's pulling up short. He really is. I'm not too impressed. And then we have Israel producing paperwork today saying that these things were caught on Hamas fighters that were showing them they were going to use like cyanide poisoned grenades or something. And the whole thing seems a bit far-fetched and pretty poorly thought out for, considering the Israelis are meant to be the masters of propaganda. And let's face it, they've been
From Robin greeting my fellow Veridorians 5.
Thank you very much, Robin. Thank you very much. I need to fix that. That obviously didn't work, did it? Because Kofi went half in front and half behind. So I shall fix that right now, just in case someone else decides to give us something. Where is it? There we are. Right. There. So just in case anyone else tries it out, it should now come up right across the screen. So I apologise for that, Robin, but thank you very much. And we heard your lovely message being read out. So appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. And I did reply to your lovely comment about my titles not being terribly memorable. Thanks for that. Yeah. So well, actually, that's the next subject, Shalini. You're jumping the gun now. You're jumping the gun. Just calm down. Calm down. So the next subject is where were we? We're talking about aid trucks entering Gaza, and we were talking about the Israeli propaganda. So yeah, that's pretty poor propaganda for a country that has been doing it for some considerable time. Propaganda, that is, and has probably, well, allegedly one of the best intelligence services in the world. So that being the Mossad. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway, right. So yes, there's trouble brewing in a number of European cities. To be fair, not just the UK. And of course, the UK being the UK, we tend to do things really backwards. Because Sweden is now talking about expelling people that indulge in, expelling foreigners that indulge in any kind of gang involvement, whether they've been convicted of any crimes or not. So they're going to get turfed out. So Sweden's starting to take a hard line on, people, migrants basically, because that's who they're talking about. So they're starting to take a hard line on them. And to be fair, I think they really need to, because Sweden's not come out of this last few years terribly well when it comes to managing immigration and population and kind of striking some kind of balance. So that's Sweden. That's a separate issue altogether. But there are a number of protests in a number of European cities and towns. And even India. The Indian one was a classic though. So the Indians decided they were going to stand with Palestine and did this big march. And I don't know who was in charge of bringing the flags, but they brought the Italian flag along. So there was hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of Italian flags being waved. Obviously, the Indians thought these were Palestine flags, but they were not. They were Italian flags. I suppose if you're looking at your big box of flags and you just grab a green, white, and red one, there's a chance that it's going to be an Italian one. So yeah, that was a classic. I really did appreciate that. Well done, India. UK, yeah, we've had a few odd ones in the UK, like the guys with the St George's Cross being told that was possibly racist. Hold on. Excuse me, England. I don't know, some of you people out there are English and live in England. Is that not your national flag? If you cannot fly your national flag, without the police telling you that you're maybe committing a crime and it could be racist, then I think England has got some questions to answer. That doesn't sound right at all. It's just absolutely incredible. So I think we're getting protests on both sides. And I think that the problem here is there's no good guys. It's exactly like theatre number one, the one that is occurring in, shall we say, the West. There's no good guys in this confrontation. Nobody's coming out of this smelling of roses. I'm not saying that some of the bad guys are badder than the other ones, but there's definitely no good guys. I can assure you of that. Oh, yes. Well, Tony, you're quite correct. I think the police have overstepped a mark there, because I don't see how they can come up and tell someone that you can't fly your national flag, or you can't carry your national flag. And I saw them again. They approached another person's house who was flying a Palestinian flag, and they started to have a word with him about his flag. And to be fair, if you want to fly a flag, what's to stop you flying a flag? I mean, I've got 5 flags. I mean, you can't really see them on my new backdrop with its blurry bouquet. But yeah, I've got 5 flags back there: American, Chinese, UK, Scottish, and Welsh. Is that 5? I think the anarchist one is up there as well now. Anyway, there we go. What are flags for but flying, indeed, exactly. And the thing is, if public buildings can fly national flags, which they do, why can't you walk about with one? You know, I mean, the whole thing's ridiculous. It really is crazy. It's definitely weird. Well, Shalini, feel free. You know where to send it, my dear. What does a paddy flag look like? Is that green, red, and is that a bit like the Italian flag in reverse? I can't remember. Anyway. So yeah, there's a few consternation going on. I think France again, they're still taking a hard line, so they're getting that. And Germany's really cracking down now, aren't they? Germany is lifting folk left, right, and centre. So they're cracking down on these protests as well. Speaking about Germany, well, it's not actually Germany, it's France. But you remember Lagarde, Christine Lagarde, the former president of the International Monetary Fund? Well, she's now the president of the European Bank, and she's going on about digital currency, that they've put the precursors in place and they're ready to start rolling it out. I mean, people forget she's actually been convicted of negligence while she was the president of the IMF, the president of the International Monetary Fund, for giving money to a French, I think it was a French businessman. I mean, basically fraud. She was convicted, found guilty, but not punished, and didn't lose her job. How? I mean, how did she not lose her job? But this woman is running the European Bank. There you go. So, I mean, I take it, I'm actually not that up on it. Probably Ben would be better, but I'm assuming the European Bank is equivalent of the Bank of England, except for Europe, you know. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Orange. I should have remembered. Orange, white, green. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So this is not a big shamrock, Robin. Right. Where are we now? Was it Lagarde that got into bother for knocking about a room cleaner? No, that was a guy. Christine Lagarde is a woman. It was a guy. Who was the guy? You are right, though. There was a guy did that. I can't remember who it was. Oh, my goodness. Normally I can remember these things. I think age doesn't come along. Age doesn't come along, people. Hey, it's quite difficult when you've got to talk all the time. You know, when Ben's not interrupting you constantly, I don't get a break. Anyway, Mark Flynn, Dominique, someone or another. Yeah. Oh, Lagarde probably was questioned about it because I think they were all there. Well, maybe not all in the room, but you know what was going on. That's it. Strauss. Strauss, definitely. No, Chaz doesn't talk much, does he? He doesn't talk much. You might see him in action later, though. You might see him in action. Right. So yeah. So Europe is. And the thing is, what's this? Theatre 2, the East. What's it got to do with us? Really? Why are we so obsessed with it? And the only reason I can see is because we've imported a lot of people who aren't obsessed with it. That's the problem. Because really, does it matter if they sort themselves out to us? What does it matter? But no. America decides that's got to put its nib in because America, being the world policeman that it thinks it still is, decides it's got to project power. And some quite frightening and quite disgusting posturing from the Americans on the current state of affairs in Theatre 2 in particular. Lloyd Austin going on about projecting power, quite capable of funding and fighting war in two different fronts. This isn't 1990. This isn't the American military that we had then. This is a pale shadow of what America was in. Yeah, you've got aircraft carriers, but now you've got missiles that can take aircraft carriers out in seconds. And you don't have those missiles. You don't have hypersonic missiles that work yet. So, and you are miles, and when I say miles, I mean thousands of miles away from your logistics. I mean, if everyone's coming from the States, because let's face it, there's nothing left in Europe. So everyone's coming from the States. You're 4, 5, 6,000 miles away. How are you going to fight a war on two fronts when you've got 6,000 a 12,000 mile round trip just to deliver ammunition? And speaking of delivering ammunition, they've diverted 155 rounds that were bound for Ukraine to Israel. So yeah, I think the whole thing is still very much a powder keg, and I think it needs to be treated with circumspection, not hyperbole, which is what Blinken and Lloyd Austin and who's the other one, the Secretary of was it Secretary of State or something for something or another woman? Oh God, I can't remember her name. But anyway, they're all jingoistic. Yeah, we can do this, we can do that. We are brilliant, we'll project power, we'll sort them out. You won't. You'll end up. Things will go. The problem that I see here is things could go wrong very, very quickly. And really, we're only one step away from nuclear confrontation because remember, Israel's a nuclear power. If they decide to give Iran a bloody nose, then, and you've got to remember, China's been funding Iran for months, if not years, right? So China's got a vested interest in Iran. It's got a vested interest in the area because of the Belt and Road. It's made deals with ports and things, and it's building a railway line. So you're really stepping on China's toes when it comes to trade. And then you've got Russia who have been quite restrained so far in Theatre 1. But I don't think it would take a lot to put them over the edge. Especially when we do stupid things like fly. Why are we flying reconnaissance patrols in the Black Sea? What's it got to do with us? The UK. And then we get annoyed because Chinese jets or Russian jets are buzzing our reconnaissance aircraft. Well, Why put them in harm's way? And it's like, why put 2 aircraft carriers in harm's way and put them in piddly little bits of water? Because the Gulf's not big and the Med's not big. So you put them in piddly bits of water that are easily within reach of your 2 biggest enemies, which potentially are Russia and China, both of which have hypersonic missiles. And then, of course, you've got Iran, who are armed by, guess who? Russia and China. So there's a good chance that they've got them as well. It's a very, very delicate situation, and I just hope that stronger minds prevail than who's allegedly running the country, because I don't see Biden sorting this out at all. I just don't. There's so what's what we saying? There's much projection in the world today, or should I say projection that is readily apparent. Yep, indeed, you're right, Tony. Mr. Z won't be. Well, Mr. Z's kind of, he's lost favour, hasn't he? Well, it's not that maybe he's lost favour. It's just that he's been put on the back burner because, let's face it, he's just taken too long and he's not done what he had to do. He's not been proactive enough. Yeah, Mr. Z's time is coming, I think. Iran FM said they won't think twice about hitting, how do you pronounce that? Haifa in Israel. Haifa? What's Haifa? Hamas, Islamic Jihad. Is Haifa another one? And then there's Hezbollah as well. Of course, I forgot to mention that, because they've been hitting Lebanon, haven't they? I mean, Lebanon used to be known as the jewel in the crown, not the crown, but the jewel of the Middle East, the Paris of the Middle East. Beirut was a beautiful city, and it was a Christian country, and what happened? It's just it's quite a shame when you allow mass immigration and change your entire culture because you allow too much of it. It's quite tricky, that, isn't it, Sweden? Yeah, well, I think you're right, Robin. It's not looking good for one world government, and I don't think it's time for one world government. If we look at both the things that we've been saying about the fourth turning and all that, that's quite some way off. And then the other one that I was going on about, what was it called? Oh God, I can't remember. What was that one I was going on about, Andrew? That I was kind of outlining how the civilizations come and go. So there'll be this kind of up and down bit because we're well away from world world government. Because I did a show on one world government, and I told you the date. Remember the date, Shalini? Do you remember the date that I told you that we would have one world government? Because that's what you wanted to know. So one world government is what was it? 3080, was it? So it's quite some time off. So we've got a wee while to go. 3030 might have been, Robin. It was definitely 3000 and something. So anyway, we've got a wee bit to go before one world government's coming. And I think that's right enough, but you can see that the way things are fracturing just now, is there's no way they're gonna get people cohesively together. And then you get Trump, who makes statements like, if I get in, I want to pull back from NATO. Unless NATO, do what I want to do, which is don't do away with this stupid, if one country gets hit, then we all jump in. So he wants to do away with that defensive retaliation thing. So yeah, it's just a big mess just now, isn't it? It's not really going to shape up to coordinate the world. Everybody seems to be now having to go their own way, and in some respects that's good and bad, because we really need. I think sometimes we need to look inwards and sort our own selves out first before we start sorting other people out. And that's why when the oxygen masks drop in the plane, they say, put your own mask on first and then help others. you know, because if you don't put yours on, you won't be there to help the others. So there you go. Right. Right. Shalini fell asleep. Thanks, Shalini. I love the way that I managed to send you to sleep. Right, where were we? Right, okay. Now, there's this the other thing, and Ed, if he's here, would back me up. But the other thing that people keep banging on about is Albert Pike. And Ed, I think, quite comprehensively debunked Albert Pike on last week's Rabbit Hole, because he never said anything about the three letters. There's no conclusive evidence to say that he did, you know. So really, I think the Albert Pike thing is just like a red herring, and you people need to stop banging on about Albert Pike because he didn't say anything. So there we go. I was just looking at the picture. Does it look sharp enough on the big screen? Because I thought it looked quite soft, but on my screen in front of me it looks quite sharp. But anyway, I might have to adjust the focus because I was mucking around with the camera as well. I really shouldn't touch things, should I? Right, anyway, so Albert Pike. And moving on from Albert Pike, what about Hancock? So he said if he's going to talk to some sort of committee, he doesn't want... He wants immunity from prosecution. Now, what does that say to you? Because to me it screams that he's guilty of something. So he wants immunity from prosecution before he talks about it, because he doesn't want to be the scapegoat for what happened. Well, I tell you what, Matty, it's maybe a bit late, but if you're asking for immunity from prosecution before you talk to anyone, you know you're guilty. You really, I mean, there's no other reason. I think he's being a bit stupid. I don't know why we'd even ask for it. So what do we think of the Matty Hancock? It'd be quite nice to see some of them fall, but it should be them all, to be fair. I don't think it'll happen, but hey, you know, we can hope that they get appropriately dealt with. But if they're found to be guilty of any wrongdoing, that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Yes. Right. Yes, I think he is. I like that comment, Tony. I'm not going to read it out, but I like it. Right. So our friend of the show, Latimer Alder, he posted a tweet today, and he was explaining that in 2022, if we'd been relying on wind power, then for 262 days out of the 365, we'd have come up short because there weren't enough renewables to keep us going. So that would be wind and solar. And we don't have any kind of mass storage. The only storage of renewable energy at the moment, I think, is pumped hydro, where you pump water back into the reservoir so you can run it down at night when the sun's gone in and the wind's not blowing. So yeah, I think renewables they're really struggling. Renewables, and wind's just not working. It's not coming out with the efficiencies that they would expect. And let's be honest, we didn't expect the efficiencies to be that good because we worked out the efficiencies. Solar's around about 33%. Wind was about 46%. Nuclear power's 96%. So I know where I'd have gone, but hey, that's just me. I'm silly. I'm just a pleb. I can't make decisions on where we would go for power generation if you wanted cheap, usable electricity. But hey ho, such is life. And see the amount of people that seem to think that Greta actually said those. Did you see the Greta video? Where she's going on about, she wants to use vegan grenades and renewable electric fighter jets with happy missiles and all this nonsense. I mean, why would anyone think that was real? I mean, really? Anyone? Why would anyone think that was real? We need to find cleaner combustibles. Why do we need to find cleaner combustibles? Because what's wrong with what we're doing? Because if you think about it, everything that we do, I mean, you think about France, they basically fuel themselves on nuclear or wood. Because you go into rural France, everything's done by wood. You heat the house by wood. They burn stuff all the time, and they even blow up moles. You get these little bombs that you put in the mole tunnel, and when the mole runs over it, it blows the mole up. The French are nuts. They really are. I think they think they're still in Vietnam fighting Dien Bien Phu. Yeah, the people that fall for Wayne the COVID Marshal, that's true. And then there's the people that fall for Hamza. Because you go on to YouTube and some of the comments, yeah, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, and I'm thinking, hold on a minute, that's not him, mate. And I mean, I probably sound like him to a degree, but I'm not like I don't sound exactly like him, do I? I know we both speak with a kind of Glasgow accent. Mine's is a bit different. Anyway, so while we're on the climate subject, let's talk about the West Antarctic ice sheet, because apparently we have lost control of the melting of the West Antarctic ice sheet. Now, I didn't think we had control over how ice melts or not anyway, but apparently we've lost control and the West Antarctic ice sheet is melting and is likely to slide into the water at a vast rate of knots. Now, that's fine, okay? But they're talking about sea level rises and all that. Now, West Antarctica is not big. It doesn't have a lot of ice on it, right? East Antarctica, on the other hand, is very big and has like 3 miles of ice on it. So West Antarctica is not quite as bad as that. And West Antarctica is in a kind of bowl. So I don't know how the ice is going to slide off it, because basically it's just going to make a big lake, I would think. So I don't see how the water level is going to rise if it just makes a big lake in the bowl that it's sitting in. But the other thing is, as the ice melts as well, and I've spoke about this before, because there was a kind of theory that even if all the ice melted, the sea level wouldn't go as high as you think, because the land that's been pushed down by all that ice comes up. And they've actually seen this happening in West Antarctica. They said the land's actually coming up much faster than they thought it would. As opposed to it taking millennia, it's taken, years, which is quite incredible. So you might get some temporary sea level rise, but then it's going to go back down again as the land comes up. So it's pretty cool, pretty damn cool. Drilling for oil pollutes the sea and causes landslides under the sea. Well, okay, maybe it does. The problem is, we need oil for more than just combustion, though, Robin. That's the problem, because we make everything out of oil. I mean, and literally everything: clothing, plastics, cars, TVs, phones, everything is made out of oil. So unless we find something that can replace oil and plastics, and Lego tried, and it just didn't work, so they had to go back to oil. So you just and the stuff they tried to make the Lego out of, the plastic to make Lego, was worse for the environment and wasn't working anyway. So they said, sod it, we're going to have to go back and use oil to save the environment. Right. So we'll probably get more rain. Just dandy. Right. Man arrested for Luton Airport car park fire. Did you know that? There was a man arrested. Now, it's a bit strange because the guy's been arrested, but he's been charged with criminal damage, which I think up here we call vandalism. So he's been charged with criminal damage, but the police say it's got nothing to do with the actual fire. And it's nothing to do with the car that went on fire. So I don't know if maybe he got arrested going round the car park tanning cars as the place was on fire. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But they said he was arrested as a precaution. What is with this precautionary arresting of people? I just don't know what's going on with the police these days. They've just lost it big time, haven't they? They really have. I don't think it would be Elon Musk and his Tesla that got arrested. So I'm not the situation is confused, shall we say? The police are saying it's nothing to do with the actual fire, and as far as they're aware, the car fire is a complete and utter accident. But we shall find out. We shall find out at some point, no doubt. They didn't give. Oh no, sorry. The Nana. It wasn't. I don't think it was her. But the other thing, they haven't told us who the guy is, or given us any description or his name. They haven't said anything like that. So that usually tells you, what they don't tell you tells you more than anything what's going on, don't they? So God knows what's going on. We will find out. We shall hold back and we shall find out. Now, people are apparently using AI to talk to their dead relatives. So you've heard of Ray Kurzweil. He's this guy who's a futurist. He wants to live forever. His father died when he was 22. Ray Kurzweil must be in his 50s, 60s now. But anyway, he's the guy that keeps talking about singularity. He wants to upload his consciousness, or would it be his consciousness or his intelligence or his memories? So he wants to upload his brain basically into a computer and live forever as the computer. But what he's been doing is he's been teaching AI everything about his dad and putting his dad's writings and papers and putting all his dad's memories and things into an AI, and then downloading all his memories about his dad into the AI as well, so as he can then talk to his dad. And it's a nice idea, but it's a bit strange. And then you get the guy who is now talking to his dead fiancée. And he's quite young. I think he's in his 20s, and she was quite young when she died. So he's talking to her, and they showed you some of the conversation. I think he's using something like ChatGPT, but he's basically convinced the AI that it's her. And when he talks to her, he goes, "It's strange talking to you." And she replies with, "Well, why do you think it's strange talking to me?" And he goes, "Because you're dead. You died 3 years ago." And ChatGPT goes, "Well, it's a bit strange to say that I'm dead when I'm here talking to you." So the thing is this a coping mechanism? Is it helping? Or is it just going to send these people over the edge? I mean, are they just going to... They're dipping into an unreality that's likely to persist. So I don't see how this can be a good thing. I don't think it sounds terribly healthy. I think you have to cope with what's happened and move on. Not try and retain the status quo by using AI to have inane conversations, because let's face it, where can these conversations go, you know? Straight up out of it. Could be out of Black Mirror, yeah. I keep forgetting to watch that. Dead billionaires dictating policy to us. Yeah, there's a good chance of that. You're right, Robert. Yeah. Oh, good God. Yeah, imagine if they did. Imagine if they uploaded Stalin. Well, see, this is the Ray Kurzweil. Julie brings up a good point. I'll send them over. They will want the physical contact at some point, and this is where this is where Ray Kurzweil comes into it again. He reckons, right, that with the help of nanoparticles, he's going to be able to clone his dad and then put the AI into his dad's brain. So he says that AI, well, what we'll do is we'll just put the nanoparticles down at his grave, and they'll tunnel down and pick up a bit of tooth or something for me, extract the DNA, and then we'll rebuild them. I think this guy's lost it. I think he's lost it. Either that, or he knows something that I don't. You know, maybe he knows. Maybe we're further along the path than I think we are. But yeah, so I think there's possibly a possibility that this could happen, but I think it's thousands of years away, not hundreds, or certainly not tens. So yeah. So yeah, so we'll see what happens here. Right. Let's move on. That was the serious news. Let's move on to some of the funnies. So, a man in Poland has been caught after going on shopping sprees in malls after they've been closed, after after they've been shut. So basically, what he does is he goes and stands in the window of a store with a bag and stands there motionless. You're just pretending to be a mannequin. And then they shut up the mall, and then he goes and, basically helps himself to whatever he wants. Now, the thing is, I thought this was quite a good idea. And it seemed to work for him because he didn't do it once. He didn't do it twice. He didn't even do it 3 times before he was caught. He was caught on the 4th or 5th occasion. So he's robbed jewellery stores. He's went and made himself food in the fast food, in the food court. He's went and made food and helped himself to stuff out of there. He's given himself new outfits. And then he sneaks out the mall at the end. I mean, it's enterprising, I'll give you that. But yeah. So they've got him on video. And he's just standing there, he's holding his bag, completely motionless. So, yeah, I quite like that idea. It was quite good. Right, so what we got next? I tell you what, let's have a look at... Let's have a look at this. Have you seen this bag? Right. Check the bag out, right? It looks like something out of Spar. In fact, it's actually pretty close to a rip-off of an Iceland bag. So the Iceland bag costs £1.75, and this version here costs £1,000. £1,000. What do you reckon? Would you pay that for a tote bag to get your shopping in? I bet what's his name's picked one up already. Kanye will have one, won't he? He'll have picked one up. Poundland. It does look like a Poundland bag, but it is just about identical to the. In fact, I would say the Iceland one looks better. The fruit's better rendered. Right, £1,000 for a carrier bag. I'll guarantee that Kanye's got one. Right, so the England rugby team which I think they're reasonable at rugby, aren't they, England? So the English rugby team are apparently shaping up for the semi-final, or as the headline says, England rugby team train with wet balls for semi. It just conjures up all sorts of thoughts, doesn't it? So the English rugby team are apparently training with wet balls because I think they think it might rain during this semi-final. So yeah, it just tickled me. I thought it was quite funny. Mr. Jungle Griffin, you're late, sir. You're late. We're just about done, actually. Then there's the woman. It's the woman that panicked in Doncaster because she thought Hamas were attacking because there was paragliders going over her house. Imagine. There was like, she said, these selfish bastards out paragliding. They made me terrified. I thought it was an Hamas attack. I didn't realise that Hamas had a cell in Doncaster and that they wanted to move in and attack it. So yeah, so imagine being put into a state of fear and alarm by seeing I mean, this is what people watch the news and then go, paragliders, it's a Hamas attack. What are they thinking? How can they actually think that? It's absolutely incredible. I just can't believe it. Right. So I'm going to show you the Balenciaga bag again, right? Because we shall switch to image number 5. Does anyone want to purchase a Jason Statham cheetah? First of all, what kind of warped mind decides to make this out of ceramic, no less? Okay. So what kind of warped mind decides to make this and then proceeds to cast an image of Jason Statham that looks like he's been deformed from birth? It's not a good look. He looks like he's suffering from fetal alcohol syndrome or something like that. Well, Chris, there you go, I rest my case. So, that, for the princely sum of $50, you can have a Jason Statham cheetah. That's a classic. What can you say? What can you say, people? And with that, I hope I've done okay and I've done things justice. As always, things go quicker when we don't have Ben. But I've actually had a good time tonight. I've enjoyed myself. I hope you people have too. Yeah, a massive attack. Oh. Yeah, it does have collector's item written all over it, doesn't it? Imagine having that in your house and coming down the stairs at night for a drink or something like that and going, oh my God, I forgot we had Jason Statham cheetah in the hall. You'd give yourself a heart attack, wouldn't you? It's just ridiculous. So, say good night. Say good night. I'm having too much fun. Right, thanks very much, everyone. It's been great. It's been great for me, and it's been great for you.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I
got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with, now they looking nervously. And I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet next to me. I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer. What you say, yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want